Hey, what's going on, everyone? So I'm gonna do a little different video here. Instead of just a normal time lapse of me making something, I'm gonna do a little mix of time lapse and just kind of explaining what I'm doing. I'm gonna give that a go here. We'll see if it turns out good. If it's not that great, this video will end up on the editing room floor, aka my living room. If you're watching this, then it made the cut. But so I just finished my mini bike here. You can see the only thing I have left to do on it is build a cover for the torque converter. So I have some aluminum in here that I'm going to make out of it. I decided to go with aluminum just because I just want to try something new. I don't get to weld a lot of aluminum, and even though I like welding aluminum, it's still something that I need to have more practice on. So I'm going to try to kind of challenge myself a little bit here. So we're gonna go ahead and get the video started. Just a little intro for you guys. I'm letting you know what I'm gonna be doing here. And some of them might not be me explaining to the camera what's going on. It might be me voicing over what I'm doing in the video. But hopefully you guys follow along. It turns out good. And yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna anneal this piece of aluminum I have. Just making it softer, more, easy for me to move. The way you do that is you get a nice black sooty flame, but what I'm about to do here, and you'll just cover the sheet, get it nice and sooty, just like that. Now you turn the oxygen on. Alright, and then basically all you do is you burn that soot off. Alright, now that the piece of aluminum's been annealed, it's really hot right now. So what you want to do is soak it while it's still pretty hot, and you're going to freeze the molecules apart from each other. Yeah, so obviously I should have done this outside because I'm getting everything all wet in my shop, but we're already committed, so we're here. It's alright, it's just water anyway. But yeah, so the way this works, like I said, you're heating it up, the molecules are expanding, and then once you quench it like this, it freezes the molecules so they're apart and makes it easier to bend and manipulate, everything like that. So that is why we're doing it with this sheet, because we will be bending this sheet around the torque converter. Not so much the other sheet I have, that's just going to be outside, but yeah, so this is the annealing process. See that catch? See that catch? I don't want to bend it and screw up, but yeah, it's nice and soft now. Alright, so I have the piece of aluminum here clamped down. I got a piece of leather over top so I'm not scratching up, even though there's already some scratches in this aluminum, which is the reason why I'm going to do the next step I'm doing. This step isn't, you don't have to do it if you're building one on your own. I'm just doing it for looks. Basically, I got this drill here with a wire brush, and I'm just going to do a bunch of circles covering this whole thing. It's going to take a while, but I think it'll make it look a lot nicer. Obviously, I'll do it with this panel as well, but I'm doing it now while the piece is flat because it'll make it a whole lot easier than completely done and everything. As well as once I'm done with the swirls, I'm going to lay out where I'm going to drill vent holes for the front of the torque converter to let it get some air pass through there and everything like that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to doing the swirls. There's better ways of doing this. This is just the only way I have right now to do it. So here we go. I set the drill on the low speed as well, easier to handle. As you can see, this is going to take a while, like I said, but I think it'll make it look good in the end. Alright, so I got the swirls all done on the aluminum here. I've already got a line measured out to 11 inches. That's where I want to start the vent holes for it. This is going to be the top. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to measure out. I'm going to have all the vent holes in even spacing so it looks uniform, looks nice. You know, you want shit to look, you want stuff to look nice. Excuse language. Might drop a curse word here and there, but I try not to. So what I'm thinking of doing is definitely, I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch from the inside. Try to do 3/4 of an inch from the outside as well. And then we'll just figure out even spacing for the rest of it and figure out how far I want to go with it. Here, got my drill bit, and I'm going to go ahead and start drilling all these vent holes. I don't know if I'm going to leave it these size or maybe step it up a size or two on the drill bit. We're going to see once I get them all drilled. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this over with so we can get moving on the rest of it. So I have the holes drilled for the cover here to get the airflow to the belt and everything at the torque converter. Because of the way I have the bike built with the crash bars and everything to protect the engine and torque converter, I can't get this piece in there to bend it around perfectly, but luckily I have this old engine right here. I feel like a weatherman trying to point it out. Shout out to my brother Craig, the weatherman. Yeah, so I'm going to use this torque converter as a template to bend this around. And hopefully that'll fit up nicely against the torque converter on the bike. So we're gonna get to bending this up and getting everything fit. This isn't the ideal setup, but like what we used to say in Marine Corps, we're gonna make do. Hopefully it works. Now that we got the initial bend, I'll just use my leg here. Okay, so the fitment going around looks pretty good right now. The only issue I'm having right now is, as you can see, I'm running into that heat shield, so I marked out a little area that I'm gonna take out with the grinder just so it can slide in a little better, because this hole is not lining up all the way because I'm running into that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grind that out, line that hole up a little more, drill it out to size, and then we're gonna go ahead and work on this mounting hole to line that up as well and get it so we can go ahead and bolt it on. I'll work on the mounting holes on the bottom. That's going to be a little trickier. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get the outside fit up, cut up, welded on, and should be good to go. The outside piece of the cover cut out. Just did that this morning. I forgot to record it, so my bad. It's gonna go over just like this. Right now I'm gonna tack it in place. I just prepped all the edges here. I still got a Scotch-Brite down the edges for this, wipe everything down with acetone, get everything prepped and good to go. Once it's tacked, we'll put it up on the bike, make sure we have good clearance on everything. And if it looks good and everything like that, we're gonna go ahead and weld it up. Alright, so I have the shield all tacked up, bolted on. I'm going to go ahead and sand the whole thing down. I'm going to get rid of the swirl design just because I had to hammer this dish out for the driven clutch to be able to clear it. I was having some clearance issues. Little trick I used for that, for the dish, was the bottom of an old oxygen tank here. Picked it up in a scrapyard. Hammers out dishes very nicely. Just a little tip for anyone that might be interested. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna sand it all down. I'm just gonna give it a good brushed look, and then go ahead and weld it up completely. So torque converter cover is finished. As you can see, I added some more vent holes there on the side of the cover just to create some more airflow, help maybe keep the temperature down a little bit inside there from the belt moving around and being worked. I'm pretty satisfied with how the whole thing came out. I mean, I'm satisfied with how the whole bike turned out. Like I said, I built this from the ground up. Anything I could fabricate, I did, from the stainless steel exhaust, obviously the torque converter cover, the whole frame and the frame jig I fabricated, foot peg mounts. I turned the axles out in the lathe. Yeah, this was a great project. I had a blast building it. Looking forward to bringing it to some races, racing against some people, showing it off, seeing what people think. If you liked the video, please give me a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. I'm trying to start a video here. You're interrupting. Yeah. Okay. Can you at least just like chill right here? Can you sit? Sit right there. Oh, girl. I'll stay. You're gonna be in the video. Okay.